Hello and welcome to Nova's Only Trash Here podcast, episode 68. The date today is the 7th of December 2014. So once again we're back from doing all that important stuff, curing diseases.
Ebola is now gone.
Yeah, we saw that going on and thought, right, hold off the podcast, we'll cure this, and then we'll go back to moaning about video games and films and all that kind of stuff. And now that it's been solved, we can go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we could go and cure other things. There are other things to be cured.
Listen, we're only two guys. We can't cure all diseases. The world has to figure out for itself.
Okay.
We'll get to it at some point if it gets too serious, but at the moment, there's some serious stuff going on with entertainment that we can't ignore.
It's very true, actually.
We couldn't sleep at night if we didn't talk about all the entertainment news.
I have trouble sleeping already.
Don't want to make that worse.
Let's just talk about it now so I can start sleeping.
No, you're not. We're not rushing it. We're taking our time with this podcast.
Okay.
How many weeks has it been? I haven't been keeping track.
3.
Has it only been 3?
That's what YouTube's telling me.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Although actually I'll probably jump to 4. No, 3 weeks, yeah, I'll stick with that. If, in case people were wondering why, the reason is because one time I went to the pub, one time I worked all weekend so I was tired, and then the other time I just forgot. So that's why.
You say 3 weeks isn't a lot, but in YouTube time, that's like a year.
I know, yeah, it's so weird with people uploading on YouTube how much, weight that, each video kind of has in its way. Like how people with large amounts of subscribers will get a lot of people moaning because they upload every day, and then they upload something different, and that, is apparently a big deal, even though there's, 7 days in a week, and they're uploading at least 7 every week. But people still get all emotional and upset.
Totes emotion.
What?
Totes emotion.
What's totes emotion?
Totally emotional.
Oh.
Can't get down the lingo, Tom. You've been out of the game for too long.
I have. Is this a new term that the kids are using?
I think that's fairly set in stone now. Totes, amazeballs, and all that sort of stuff.
Amazeballs?
Where have you been?
Who's saying amazeballs?
People.
No one's saying amazeballs.
Some people.
When would you... What? So instead of saying amazing, you just say amazeballs?
Yes.
Where did it even come from?
Meatballs? I don't know.
What?
I'm just saying things.
Amazeballs, right.
I'm not going to try and explain amazeballs.
Totes emotion makes a lot of sense. It kind of rhymes. It's an abbreviation. I'm not going to start using it, but I understand where it comes from. Amazeballs makes no sense.
Maybe that's the point.
Oh.
Deep.
No, it's just stupid. I'm sticking with that.
Okay, fair enough.
This is not amazeballs, that's for sure.
What is amazeballs then?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Alright.
Damn kids. Right, anyway, let's talk about some news and such. Now that we're all caught up on what we've done in the past few weeks, because I'm assuming it's not much. I haven't done much.
No. Me neither.
Awesome, we're such interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
We do not live amazeballs lives, that's for sure.
Totes not.
Toads, no. Goddamn kids. Right, do you want to start with the movie stuff or the gaming stuff? I can probably guess the answer, but I thought I'd ask anyway.
The gaming stuff's all Zelda crap, so movies...
Well, let's not say crap, I mean, that's not... I don't know why that had to get thrown in there. Right, okay, no, I think there's a lot of movie stuff, so we'll start with the gaming stuff. Because...
Oh, I see. So ask you didn't even really need to ask that question to me, did you?
Well, it's called being considerate, you know? I ask for your opinion even though I don't need it. It's being a nice person.
Okay.
That's what it's all about. I think quite a lot of stuff happened, there was the PlayStation Experience yesterday, but I'm not too sure if too much actually really came out of that. Apart from Yakuza 5, which if you're into that series, then that's great, that is coming over here. Some old games are being ported. Final Fantasy VII's being ported. I think that's about it. I think there was some Uncharted stuff maybe thrown in there.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I think they wanted to do a big announcement thing, and it wasn't bad, seeing how they just kind of had to come up with a show like that and announce some cool stuff. So, in that aspect, it's not bad, but it still wasn't anything too interesting.
I didn't really see any apart from Uncharted. Well, I didn't even know what it was for longest time. So it was like a little sort of show.
Yeah, I think it's like 20 years of PlayStation, so Sony decided to set up a big show, and part of that was, announcing a load of stuff and announcing new games. I think that's all it really was.
What did you think of Uncharted, Tom?
I don't know, I didn't watch it.
Yes!
You said you watched it though, I mean, I know you're a fan.
I wanted to watch to see if it changed. No.
Have you played the third one yet?
No.
So, well, you got to play the third one so you can pick up the fourth one.
Totes no. No, I'm not doing that.
Because we all know that's why you brought a PS4 secretly. You can blame the mobile phone man, but really you're like, Uncharted 4 next year, yes.
It's like Indiana Jones. He was swinging all over the place. It was amazing. No, I'm not playing that game.
Oh. But you do have a PS4.
Not right now, but yeah, I don't know how that happened, but yes. Yeah.
Cool, so there really was what? So was there just no interest in it?
What?
Well, in being like, yeah, PS4.
Okay, right. I'll very briefly say this because it's very boring. But the phone I picked, you know how they have like gifts with phones now?
Mm-hmm.
There was all these things to choose from, like tablets. Well, I don't need a tablet and all that crap. One of them was £100 cashback, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you just take £100 off the phone? But anyway, it doesn't matter. And one of them was a PS4. But a PS4 wasn't free. You had to pay towards it. Yeah.
Right.
And I think it was £140. So in my mind, I was like, well, the only other one I'm going to go for is the £100, which means I'd be paying £40 for it. Does that make sense?
Wait, £40 for the PS4?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm confused slightly. So you had to only pay £40 for that PS4, or did you have to pay 140?
Well, I had to pay 140, but
Okay.
the only other thing I would have picked was having £100 back.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'll just give it straight back to you, and with £40, and get the PlayStation.
Wait, hold on.
This is the thing. This is how I walked out. I was like, did I just get ripped off? Because I was going through it in my mind thinking, well, this makes sense, doesn't it? Like, I take that from you, I give you back that with that, and then I get, no?
Wait, so you also got the £100 voucher?
No. It was that or the PlayStation.
Okay. No, yeah, I still don't quite see the logic. You had to pay £140 for it.
Yeah. But I could have got £100.
Which means by picking the PS4 over the voucher, you're down £240, but up a PS4.
No. Well, yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, because I would have got £100 back.
Yeah. But you didn't. And
I
you
didn't.
paid 140.
Yeah.
So that's down to, you would have been £100 up, but you're £140 down. So the difference is 240.
No.
Why not? Why? I don't see why picking the PS4 meant that you saved £100 off the PS4.
Because it was... I need to go back and write it down.
Okay.
This is what I mean. I don't know what happened.
I'm sure it makes sense in some way. It's just, based off what you've told me, it sounds like that's what happened.
Maybe it did. This is why I don't like these stores.
I just don't... We already talked about this on the podcast. Just don't go. We decided, just don't go to those places, because they rip you off. And you were just like, oh, here we go.
I was just done looking online. I'm like, right, I'm done. I'm just going to go to a shop and leave with a phone and just be done with it. And that's what I did, but I almost probably got ripped off as well.
Do you actually like the Sony experience, though?
I haven't used it too much, but it seems quite nice.
Because
I
I
got
had
the
to
green
use one at work, and it's like, it's too.
There's
I
a
don't.
lot of
It's a
crap on there.
yeah. It's too much of like a square. It's not rounded in any sort of way.
I like the fact it's a square.
Oh,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I liked it.
oh, that's the reason why I didn't like it.
Oh,
Because your hand's not square.
no.
So it's nicer if it's actually shaped a bit more to your hand.
Well, between that or the other one was the HTC, and I didn't like the HTC.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
Superior over the HTC.
mate.
Well, your third option was also to walk away and get a different phone somewhere
Well,
else.
Could have got. Yeah, that's true. What, iPhone? Pfft.
No, no, not an iPhone.
Samsung? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have.
It's fine. Something a bit different. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my phone stuff
No,
and how I just got ripped out of money, but
I now have a PS4.
yeah,
So, like, okay, so you got Destiny with it, right?
yeah,
So, are you actually gonna check it out properly?
probably not.
Oh, we should form a clan. Because I can't really play it and you're not interested, so we'll set it up and then never use it.
Yes. Okay.
This is all I've got so far. That's the plan.
Well, work on it a bit more.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And
Once
I'll,
I get a decent internet though, I will play Destiny. I still have it. I spent like 50 quid on that game because I got it the day it came out. I have to play it on principle. I can't just be like, oh, you know what? I'm not really interested. I have to get my money's worth. I just can't because of the internet. So once I do get that decent internet, I will be going all in with it. Not as much as most people, because a lot of people seem to be a bit obsessed with that game. Like, apparently Destiny is just one that you play every day, because there's always new loot and new side missions, and they're always updating it, which is great for the people who are into it, but I can't play a game every day.
No, I've just heard a lot of stuff about patches. Are they like buggy or something?
I don't think it's buggy. I think maybe some balancing issues, maybe some bugs as well. It's just, if you want to really keep up with that game, I guess you do have to play it every day, so you can notice all the changes and everything that's
Well,
different.
screw that.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Games are becoming more like a job nowadays, and it's just, I'm not
Ain't nobody got
interested.
time for that.
No, toads don't. That's for sure.
Nope.
Anyway, these video games. So there was the Game Awards, which I think was VGX, right? They just called it something different.
Is it because it's got such a bad rep?
Yeah, I think it was the VGAs, I think, and then they changed it to the VGX, and then this year it was just the Game Awards. Because I was really confused why people cared. Like, everyone on Twitter or on these sites, it was all like, yeah, the Game Awards is this week. And I'm just like, what the hell are the Game Awards? I don't know what they are. And then it was only after the fact that I realised it was VGX. So that's why people were really interested.
Never heard anything about it
No.
like this recently. So I don't know who won. Does it matter?
We could go through the list. Yeah, we'll go through the list quick. Just to see, because there were some that I agree with, some that I don't. Of course. Which link do I want to look at? Come on, internet. We're so slick. This is such a slick return to form. Right, Oh no, this one doesn't list. Why would you list just the winners and not have who was nominated? It doesn't mean anything. Don't worry, I'm loading up another article. We're on top of this.
This has turned into the Tom Browsing the Web podcast.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
I wish you could see what I'm seeing here, but...
An advert? I must click on that right away. I'm going to do a new series, Let's Browse.
Let's browse.
Yeah.
Let's surf.
Okay, so Game of the Year. It was Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age, Hearthstone, and then Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. Which, really odd choices for Game of the Year. There was a lot of great games, but I find it odd that those are the ones. And then Dragon Age won in the end. Which is good, because Middle-earth didn't deserve to win. Dark Souls didn't deserve to win. Bayonetta probably didn't, really. And I haven't played Dragon Age, so that's fine. Best independent game, Shovel Knight. Best narrative, we had South Park, Stick of Truth, The Walking Dead Season 2, The Wolf Among Us, Valiant Hearts, and Wolfenstein: The New Order. I heard a lot of people say that the story of that game was really good, but I mean, I guess they were right, it got nominated. Alright, so the winner was Valiant Hearts, The Great War, which is a game I'm still yet to play, but I want to. Best performance, we got Wolf Among Us, Kevin Spacey got nominated, person that plays Clementine, Trey Parker for all the South Park stuff, and then Troy Baker for the Middle-earth stuff. Do you want to guess who won?
Troy Baker?
Trey Parker for all
Oh.
the South Park voices.
Wait, so hang on. Trey Parker and Troy Baker.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I get it. Right, best remaster, which is odd that it's even a category, really. GTA 5, Pokemon, Last of Us, Master Chief Collection, Tomb Raider, GTA 5 1. Which are like, I mean, fair, I can see why they gave it to GTA, but best remaster, shouldn't that be like the best remaster, not the best game after the fact? I don't know. Best action adventure, Alien, Unity, Bayonetta 2, Middle-earth Sunset, Middle-earth 1. Best fighting game, Smash Bros. 1. Best sports racing game, Mario Kart 1. Best shooter, Far Cry 4. Best role-playing game, Dragon Age. Best family game, Mario Kart 8. Best online experience, Destiny. Best mobile, whatever. Developer of the year was Nintendo, which was pretty cool. Best score and soundtrack, it was Alien, Child of Light, Destiny, Sunset, and Transistor, and Destiny 1, which I don't agree with at all, because it's all just very Star Wars sort of music. Like, it was going for that sort of epic space feel, which it did, but it's not impressive music. Games for Change, I don't know what that even means, but Valiant Hearts 1, most anticipated game, Witcher 3, then some other crap. There was the Trending Gamer Award, which was very odd. And Total Biscuit won that. So I don't quite know. I think that's just like gaming personalities, because PewDiePie and Stampy Longhead also got nominated.
Okay.
So like a really weird one to throw in there. Maybe trying a little bit too hard to be engrossed in the culture, but fair enough. And then Best Fan Creation, Twitch Plays Pokemon, won that. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, that was this year. Yeah.
So that was it, pretty much. I skipped the esports ones and whatever, but yeah. Nothing that outrageous. I mean, like always with these awards, you can only, you shouldn't care too much about them, but there's nothing that outrageous in there, really. I think maybe Destiny winning a couple of awards, I get it, but probably didn't really deserve to win. And then Middle-earth, it's a pretty good game, but I don't really think it deserved to win that much. But so that's just what the Game Awards were. Then Dragon Age, I don't know if it's any good, but I can't imagine it is. So maybe it deserves Game of the Year. I don't know.
I really don't know.
No. We don't play enough games to really, judge these sort of awards.
Outrageous. What are you talking about?
I mean, I played Middle-earth in the first, 2 hours of Bayonetta 2. If I didn't touch Dark Souls or Dragon Age or whatever that other one is, Hearthstone.
That's that card game, isn't it?
Probably. I don't know.
Blizzard?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Won Best Mobile Game, so...
Yeah.
Yay. Then Best On... I don't know. I just don't know. But I don't want to play all these games. I don't want to have to play bloody... I don't know. But I don't want to have to play all these games. I'm not interested.
Don't play 'em.
Yeah, I will continue not to play them.
Don't play them. Don't even acknowledge the video game awards and move on with your life.
I will.
At least it was last year. It was all sort of about that guy that presented it, wasn't it? Was it last year or the year before?
Which guy?
Like some actor guy, and he just really didn't give a crap.
That might have been the year before. I can't
Really?
remember
Was that 2 years ago now?
Maybe. I can't remember.
But without that, it's sort of just like slipped past my radar.
Right, but anyway, so in terms of what got announced, there was a few things, but the one that stood out to me is the Legend of Zelda Wii U gameplay trailer, or a look at that game, which is the first time they were showing the gameplay of the game. And it was a little underwhelming. It's like a look at the gameplay, but I don't know what I really expected. Because of course they are focused on the open world, so really, like, I'm not impressed by open worlds when it's like, look how big and open this world is. It's just like, yep, that's cool. It's not really a look at the gameplay if you're just showing how big the world is and all that. But it still seems pretty solid. My main problem with what I saw is that the world looks very empty and barren. Which kind of, like, that's the problem with open world games. You've got to have stuff in there to actually explore, or otherwise it's pointless. Otherwise it's just wasting the player's time by making them have to go from point A to point B. If there's nothing to see, then it's just dull. So I'm hoping that they fix that in the Zelda, in this new one, there will be stuff to do naturally as you go from point A to point B, but they didn't really show any missions or any story stuff, so I'm assuming all of that stuff will bring it all together with the open world. But otherwise it graphically looks nice. I mean, it is a big open world, so that's kind of interesting that they are going all out when it comes to that direction and that thinking like they said they would. It's just, it didn't show any structure of the game. I'm sure it's going to be good, but we still don't know any story stuff or anything like that. So, yeah, it seems good, but not that much was really shown at the end of the day.
Zelda.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about it, really.
I don't have anything to say. I didn't even see the video.
That's fine. It's just, you walk along and then you're on a horse and everything's green and pretty. That's about it.
When is it coming out?
End of next year.
Oh.
Then we got Star Fox coming out a bit before that, but we didn't see anything for that, so.
That's a long time.
Yeah. They take a while, these Zelda games.
Yeah, but when was the Wii U released?
2012.
So the first proper Zelda game for it won't be until 2015?
Well, there was Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
So that was there.
Does that count?
Kind of. Yes, I mean, it's not that the Wii U doesn't have any Zelda games, it just doesn't have the big one. Anyway, let's move away from gameplay stuff, because that's really about it. Smash Bros. Also came out. There's a lot of problems with stock at the moment, which, like, the one thing I will say about that, because with the Amiibos, there's just not enough stock for them, and now there's rumours that some of them are already going to get discontinued, which I think kind of ruins the whole idea for it a bit. Like, yeah, it makes it more of a collectible when there's not as many, like, of these Amiibos out there, but still, you should still kind of feel like the average consumer should still be able to collect them all without having to pay, like, double or triple the price for each one. So it's kind of disappointing that all the prices have already gone up due to lack of stock. So I'm hoping next year they sort it out and get all the stock ready. And even just, like, delay the launch of some of them, because they plan to have some more out this month, and then more in January, then more in February. Just delay it. Just delay some of them so people can actually buy the ones they want of the original set. But I don't think they'll do that.
I also heard that it's really difficult to get that Game Boy adapter thing. Not Game Boy. GameCube.
Yeah,
GameCube
it's
adapter.
just, if you didn't pre-order it, you're not getting it. That's pretty much how it's gone down. I mean, I have one. I haven't used it. It's kind of just been wrapped up because...
Think of all the children in Africa that would want to use it.
I know,
You just got it there.
They're all like, I can't use the gamepad to control Smash. It's not the way it's supposed to be played. This is ridiculous.
I could use it, but I'm not. I'm not using it at the moment. But it's right there.
It is.
You should feel ashamed.
I'm kind of okay with it.
Okay.
Feeling pretty good.
Good.
Well, it's because it's like, I brought it because I was like, oh, I have to use the GameCube controller for Smash Bros. There's no way that I'm actually going to use any other controller. And then I made myself play the 3DS one because I was like, well, I brought it now. So I guess I gotta put in the time. And now I'm pretty much used to these other controls. I still don't think they're as good, but I'm pretty much just used to them. So then I accidentally forgot to pick up my GameCube controller when I was last home, which means I have the adapter but not the controller. But I'm perfectly fine using the Pro controller, which kind of was like, well, why did I even bother with the GameCube stuff in the first place?
You're a fool.
I am. But now I have
But-
something that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I was about to say, set it on for like triple the price.
Yes!
Play the market.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about this. You just go on Amazon and eBay, you just see everyone's charging like twice as
Are they
much for
really?
the adapters. It's just ridiculous how much they're costing, really. So Nintendo really needs to sort that out in the new year or as soon as possible. Get more stock of this stuff.
ASAP.
Yeah, because they're usually pretty bad. Well, in general, they're quite bad, this sort of stuff. Like with classic controllers for the Wii, which is the controller that you could plug into the bottom of a Wiimote, and it's more of a, to be used with like SNES games and things like that. That controller has now gone up in price in the last couple of years.
I've got one of them.
Yeah.
Sell, sell, sell.
Yeah, you gotta sell, because it's like, they were dirt cheap, and then just suddenly they stopped making them, and now it's just gone up in price. People want them. I don't know how much of it's to blame, how much you can blame Nintendo for that stuff, but it seems like the fans are always willing to pay higher prices for this sort of stuff. Because I was thinking about, hey, maybe I'll get a classic controller, and I was like, nope, they cost far too much now. Because I bought mine for quite cheap originally, and I thought maybe I'll get a second one, but it's just not worth it anymore.
How much are we talking here?
Not a stupid amount, but I paid like 10 to 15 quid, I think.
That sounds about right.
And then to buy them now, I think to buy them it's at least 20. I don't know, I haven't looked recently, but it's definitely gone up. So now I'm just kind of thinking maybe I should buy some Wii U Pro controllers while they're cheap. Because in like 2 years' time.
A big vault.
Yeah, big vaults of just old Nintendo stuff. Because they just don't make the stock and people will buy it. Like I was having a look, like, sorry, but yeah, Twilight Princess on the GameCube. I paid 28 quid for it when I bought it. And now it's like 50 at least.
50?
Yeah. That's used as well.
No.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess.
Well, the GameCube one, not the Wii one.
Right, oh, okay, yeah.
It's just like,
50 quid?
yeah. Pretty much all those Nintendo GameCube games are now horrendous prices. They're like so expensive.
Do you think stores know this? Like, could I go into a second-hand store and find one?
There's so
And
little
then
copies
sell.
out there. It's like you would not find one.
Oh, okay.
If you see it though, pick it up. Even if it's
Will do.
20 quid, make sure you buy it. Because most Nintendo GameCube games, or the big ones anyway, are now worth so much online.
Good, that's what I can retire on.
Oh, yeah. So wait, no, hold on. So you would have to buy them. What, so you just go to second-hand shops across the country looking for these old games?
I go on road trips.
Ah, road trips, yeah.
Do you want to come?
Yeah, sure. There's like a weird retro gaming shop near me. It's in like a basement. It's really weird, but it's got some old stuff there.
Ooh.
'Cause-
Don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's really creepy. It's like, it's on a corner, but you kind of go into this place that looks shut and run down, but then there's just some stairs. So you go down the stairs, and then it's like this whole big basement where it's all being cut off into small shops. And then one of these shops is like a retro gaming one.
Yeah?
And then I just went in there and they just had old gaming stuff. So I had like a Dreamcast. What a
Guess
hoot.
what I got from a retro gaming shop?
PS4?
No. No. I got, it's the only place I've seen that sells old video game guides.
Oh.
And I got, just over there, I got the guide for Jack 2 for £2, right?
Wow.
And this book is massive. It's a ridiculous amount of detail for that game. I never knew there was that much in the game.
Oh yeah. I could have done with that.
£2!
That's not bad at all.
So, oh man, that's like, when I probably will Let's Play at some point. That's going to be so useful.
You're gonna need it.
Am I?
You're gonna need it. Jack 2
Okay, good. £2. Mm-hmm.
You see, now I'm curious. Now I'm looking up on Amazon how much that Jak 2 Guide. Oh.
Nice.
Oh. Well, £2.64 on Amazon.
64 pence? How much can I get away with post and packaging, do you think?
Well, that includes it.
Oh.
Then you got other ones charging a penny, but it's like £2.80 for postage and packaging.
So they do it, yeah. Damn.
So it's not a bad deal. You can get it £8 new, or
No.
50 quid from some guy who's insane.
Damn.
I might buy it as well. Don't know
Yeah,
why.
Yeah, just buy it now.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very good deal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
Alright,
Anyway,
that's
what were we saying?
Old stuff being discontinued and then expensive.
Oh yeah, Smash Bros. So I haven't actually really played it that much on the Wii U because it's one of those games where I only have a select amount of time to play games. Not to complain too much. I have time to play games. I'm not trying to say I don't, but I only have a select amount of time. So I like to play games with a definitive beginning and end. So throughout a week I can be like, right, I'm going to start it on Monday, play it for a few hours every day. Then by the end of the week I can beat it and say, right, I'm done with that game. Move on to the next one. Smash Bros is so open-ended that because I'm not actually really achieving anything or going towards an end goal, because the only end goals are really unlock all the character stages and get every trophy, and get every trophy is just insane. So because I don't have that end goal, and I know I have to sink so many hours into it, and because the online doesn't work and I can't just play that, it means I just don't play it because I don't have that end goal. Because it just feels like a bit of a waste of time otherwise if I don't, because there's so many games that I need to play that if I'm not actually working through beating it, then I'm just kind of wasting time a little bit. So I actually haven't played it that much. But from what I have played, it is amazing. I just haven't sunk that many hours into it.
It's like when you play a game with a set like A to B storyline, you can feel progress.
Yeah.
With like a sitting, with like yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Because it's like I got Evil Within sitting on the shelf, and that's going to be one where it's like beginning and end. So in a week, maybe next week, I'll just put that in the old PS4, start playing through that. Then once I beat it, maybe I still got bad internet. It's so frustrating because it's still got bad internet. Hopefully within next year, I'm gonna move house, guaranteed. Get decent internet, and then I'll be streaming on like every
Google
2
Fiber.
weeks. No, I could do.
Do we have Google Fiber over here?
No.
Should do.
There's that new one which is like BT Fast Speed or whatever they called it.
What, above infinity?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, it's just like, it's new. Because it's, I was actually looking at places to live, and then they were like, see how fast the broadband is. I was like, wow, that's really useful to have, actually, on a site where you're looking at places. But every single time it said 150, because BT's doing this fast speed thing.
Live there.
No, I mean, it was like anywhere. I was looking at different places in the country, and even if it was in a small village, it was like, yeah, BT's doing this fast thing, so you can get 150. And I'm just like, that's not true.
So if you're in the middle of a field, you can have BT fast.
BT, yeah, you can move there and somehow get it.
Right.
Because that's 150 megabytes, they're saying.
I do not believe that.
Oh.
I don't believe that.
Well then.
I don't think we could get that speed.
You can.
No.
Can in London.
Well, yeah.
When I was
there though.
It was pretty cool. When I was working in London on the PS4, the download speed I would get was 220 megabytes per second.
Great.
No, that is great. It was amazing to see that number. I was like, wow, that's quick. That's pretty fast.
That is quick. I don't have that.
No, I don't either.
That's why I don't want to know about that.
But
those speeds don't exist to me.
Oh, okay. But
I thought I was well off with my 30, but no.
30?
Yeah.
How are you even having a Skype conversation with only 30 megabytes?
I did have 50, but then it dropped.
Oh, well that's a
Because I was like one of the first people to get it in my area, so I assume it's because I was on my own. And everyone else had to start getting it, and then, suckers.
Well, so because everyone now has it, can't handle it?
I probably made that up, but that was my justification for why it dropped.
It's everyone else's fault.
Because, yeah, it's always everyone else's fault.
Poor Joe. How will you possibly stream Viva Pinata with that slow internet?
Oh, God. Yeah, see, I don't know why that sucks. I don't know. It shouldn't do. Maybe it's Elgato. It might be, actually.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because it was bugging out, that live stream.
Oh, I didn't see any issues.
That's because it was in 720p, and that's when it was like audio cutting out.
Oh,
So
yeah, the audio cutouts.
So I changed the setting. I still thought it was 720p, but no, it was 480. Whoops.
Pitiful.
Which is why it was fine afterwards, and it would be if it's bloody 480p. Oh.
480p's fine, though.
Yeah.
When I did Rayman Legends, that was, like, so bad quality. And it worked out fine.
Yeah, that's true.
I think even Destiny I streamed in quite low quality, and that was not bad.
It's easy to get bogged down in the tech side of things.
Well, I think with live streaming, people are just more tolerant of lower quality.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it's on right now, so they'll just half watch it or whatever. But I think once you put it on YouTube, and it's there forever, then you kind of need it to be a bit better, look a bit nicer.
And also Twitch, gives enough problems as it is, so
yeah,
dodgy quality doesn't matter that much when they can't even connect or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about games. We covered that.
Yeah!
So let's get all to the film news.
Whoa!
Well, let's start with the big one. So there was a big event for Bond 24, which is coming next year, 23rd of October, 2015. So we got the name reveal and the set cast who's going to be in it. So the name is Spectre, which in case people out there don't know, is the name of the organisation in the older Bond films that Bond would have to go up against with Blofeld and all that.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
I'm going to do an on-the-spot pop quiz.
Oh.
What does Spectre stand for? Go.
Super, productive, evil, cunning, the real eggs.
The real?
Eggs. That's what it stands for.
Okay, well, you're completely wrong. But
Damn it. Was evil right? I think evil was right.
No, evil. Both E's you got were wrong. There are two E's.
Damn it. So what does it stand for?
Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge and Extortion.
Oh. Wait, so special is the S and the P?
Yeah.
Ugh. I think they're kind of forcing that one.
And counterintelligence? What the hell?
I don't know.
Spectre. Anyway. So yeah, that was the film.
Yeah, so the cast we got was Christopher Waltz, who was rumoured to be in it. It says that he's not playing Blofeld, but will be playing the villain. And then we also got Andrew Scott from Sherlock, will be playing someone else in MI6. And then we got the usual cast who's back, same guy as Q, Moneypenny's back, M is going to be Ralph Fiennes, and then Daniel Craig, of course, is returning. And then the last thing we got was the car, the Aston Martin DB10, which looks all very nice, I suppose. But so, what are your feelings on the new Bond film so far?
I don't know if the name is any good as a film name. I'm just trying to imagine it. So, because it's not just going to be called Spectre. It's going to be called James Bond 007 Spectre.
I don't think so.
I suppose Skyfall wasn't called that, was it? No, I don't know. It just seems weird on its own, Spectre.
What was the last one that did that? Or is that ever really officially been a thing?
Well, like having the James Bond in front.
Yeah, I know they always say that, like with the credits, they always say "will return in" or whatever, but I don't think it's ever officially been part of the name.
No, maybe I'm probably thinking of the video games. They're always, yeah. I don't know. I expect I mean, obviously it means good things for the plot, because it's going to be back to like old Bond with the big bad organisation. I don't know. I just the name Spectre. People thought about that when it came out, when Quantum of Solace came out, and Skyfall. They always say like, "Oh, that's a bad name." So maybe I'm just falling into that trap. Probably going to be fine, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It's so hard to come up with a Bond name because there is something about them. And there is like a recurring sort of theme as well, which has been twisted a bit, but it's still, you can tell a Bond name when you hear it. So with Spectre, I don't think it really sounds like a Bond name, because I don't think they've ever really done it where it's the organisation. Like, I guess Quantum of Solace kind of.
Yeah,
but
it'd be like that being called Quantum. Yeah.
Yeah, but in general they don't have the name. It's Goldfinger and Octopussy and stuff like that. So I don't think this really fits in with the other ones, but I think it's kind of what, like you said, like in a few months' time we just won't care. Like, I don't really like the name, but once the first official trailer comes out, I'm like, yeah, Spectre, it's going to be good. Even if it doesn't quite fit at the moment.
I mean, Skyfall is probably a stupid name as well when you think about it, but what even was Skyfall?
It was the name of Bond's house. The manor.
Oh yeah.
Before you get all worked up.
I was still thinking of the scene where he's being interrogated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, don't worry. Being dumb.
That's why the song is like, we'll go to Skyfall and fight.
There's so much meaning in that song. Adele was so clever.
I hope M doesn't die at Skyfall. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
That's one of the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah. Massive spoiler at the very beginning. In the opening credits.
They do that though. They do it, don't they?
What?
They put Judi Dench on the credit in front of a gravestone.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Like when they're doing, Daniel Craig, blah blah blah, Ralph Fiennes. Judi Dench is in front of the gravestone.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Could be making that up.
Sounds like a lie.
So, take it with a pinch of salt.
Actually, I'm going to check that. Because I want to watch Skyfall again anyway, because Bond news.
Mm-hmm.
Get all excited. Got to watch some Bond.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's a bit weird as a film title, but we'll get used to it. But it can only mean good things for the film storyline, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they set everything up in Skyfall that this is it should do everything right. Like, Skyfall was great, and it's the same team, same director, and same writers. So if they kind of continue on from that and just use Spectre, because the thing is, Casino Royale kind of had that whole thing of an organization looming over everything, and that's what kind of made it work. Like, it was good for other reasons, but that's what I felt was quite interesting about Casino Royale, especially as, if you see it as a reboot, that they had the more cartoonish Bond villain, the guy that cries blood and all that, and then he's just like swept away for this bigger, more evil organization that you know nothing about, which I thought was a really great move. And then it's like, that's why it's kind of odd that Skyfall actually had a normal villain and all that, because I think they wanted to move away from having those sort of Bond villains, but with Quantum of Solace, it was a complete misstep, where I think they didn't want the main villain to be, have some sort of physical thing or just be an evil genius. Just be a guy who's a normal guy, but is evil. And then nobody liked it. So they're like, right, Skyfall, we're going back to the creeps. The more traditional Bond villains. Which is why...
People are moaning that, what are they going to do with Quantum then? They're just sweeping it under the rug. But I may have misread this, but I'm pretty sure the guy who plays Mr. White is in this one.
Yes.
So they are going to somehow link it back. Probably like Quantum is part of Spectre.
I think so, yeah. I don't know if they can... I mean, I have faith in the team that it's going to be good, the film. I don't know how they would pull that off.
I don't really care, to be honest.
No.
I don't mind if they just completely forgot about Quantum and moved on.
I thought it was sold, wasn't it? Wasn't the environmentalist the head, or was there some ambiguity where it's like, was he really the top dog?
I suppose it ends with, like, the guy who's about to seduce the next woman, and then I assume he got caught, so maybe... I don't know. It's kind of maybe assumed, but never really set in stone.
Well, I just assumed with Skyfall not referencing it, I thought it would be... I don't know if it's odd that if they go back to it, whereas like Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace is all about this organisation, Skyfall not at all, then they have Spectre where it goes back to it. I don't know if that would seem weird or not.
That would seem weird considering there's supposed to be a kind of gap between Quantum and Skyfall, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think they are going for more of a storyline that builds upon itself and continues, rather than just here's another Bond story. Like, I think that is what they're going for and trying to build back up. But I think that's already been kind of ruined a little bit.
What, as in like, what? So all the films are linked together? Do you mean?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to do it so from Casino Royale, you see Bond get his 00 status, then you have this organization, and then I think that's what they were going for, and that's why you had Skyfall going back to his roots, because it's building this new version of Bond, building the character rather than just putting him in, new films. So I think that's what they wanted, but yeah, I think if they bring back Quantum, then that kind of ruins it and would be a bit odd.
They should probably just stick to having, Spectre now being that sort of overarching thing, like in the first few Sean Connery films. Just have that.
Yeah, I think that would be the best thing to do. But
like people are saying, that Christoph Waltz might be Blofeld, but Blofeld wasn't revealed straight away, so he might just be, number 2 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's like, so we've got Christoph Waltz in there as the villain, which again, it's going to be more of the traditional Bond villain. I mean, I'm just going off his performances in other films, like Inglourious Basterds and all that. I'm assuming he'll be that sort of character, although I would hope that he's a good enough actor that he puts a spin or twist on it. Because the guy in Skyfall, did a great job, because it was a lot of the cliches, but he just did it so well. He just did that role so perfectly that it worked, even though it was, when he took out his jaw or whatever, and it's like it was a bit silly, but he still pulled it off. He, made the role intimidating, as well as having all those cliches. So hopefully Christoph Waltz can do the same thing, and that's what I'm kind of expecting from him.
He's going to play the ski instructor.
Huh?
His name is like Obenhauser or something.
Sure.
And that in the novels, that's Bond's ski instructor.
Oh, so it is actually a character.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Doesn't mean that he might betray Bond.
Oh no.
Oh no, not the ski instructor. No one thinks he'll be the ski
no
instructor.
No one ever suspects the ski instructor.
So yeah, and there were the Bond girls were revealed as well.
Yeah, but that's never.
That's just like one of them was quite old. That's what people are saying. So that's good, I suppose. Anti-ageist.
Hey.
She's 50.
Oh.
Yay. So there's that as well.
Although we didn't get the announcement of who's doing the song.
I'm going to say it's going to be someone like Paloma Faith. It's going to be like one of those singers.
Well, the rumours is Rihanna. Like, before this event.
Really?
Yeah, before this event, one of the rumours was that Rihanna would be one of the Bond girls, and she would also do the song.
Okay.
Whether that actually happens, I don't know.
Adele should have been a Bond girl.
No. I'm not gonna.
No, that's not bad.
I'm not gonna justify that or explain myself. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
And you all know why.
Joss Stone was a Bond girl, wasn't she?
Yeah. In Bloodstone.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this doesn't really necessarily work. So, yeah, I didn't hear about the Rihanna bit, though.
But the problem is that you would hope that wouldn't happen. Like, I wouldn't hate if Rihanna did the lead song, as long as it was good, but with Madonna,
Madonna. Yeah,
and Die Another Day, they did that. So I would hope that Sam Mendes has more sense than to do that again. Madonna's, like, Bond song wasn't even that bad, I don't think.
No, it was alright.
It was a pretty decent song. Or if you, don't... something that wasn't traditional, as a theme, doing something a bit different, I thought it was alright. It was better than Another Way to Die, that's for sure.
Yeah, vomit. Okay. And also, did you see the poster for it? The teaser poster?
Yeah, isn't it just a bullet hole?
It's a bullet hole with cracks going down.
Okay.
So it's meant to look like the Spectre logo.
Oh, I guess I missed that.
Noob.
I am. I just saw a bullet hole and was like, what's going... Yeah, I would hope there'd be shooting and bullet holes in it.
Yeah, it's like on all the rings that they wear. They had like the octopus.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. Now I kind of see it.
It's very sort of... Yeah.
This looks more like the Spider-Man logo than the...
You know what people were comparing that to?
What?
This was such a stupid stretch. They were like, oh, that bullet hole looks like the bullet hole on the car window when Bond's wife gets shot.
It's right. They are right.
That means Bond's going to get married.
What?
Now, if that happens, I will eat my hat.
When? Why that last part?
Because it was out of, On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Sure.
And that's when he got married.
Right.
And so they think he's going to get married in this one.
I thought they already kind of established that that's not going to happen because of Casino Royale.
What do you mean?
Well, the event of that film, like towards the end. That's what made Bond so... I want to say sexist, but not in a bad way. Like, not properly sexist, but, a bit more cold-hearted when it comes to women.
Well, like when he's saying the bitch is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they were just going for the reference, but I just kind of thought that meant, they were establishing why Bond is the way he is with women.
Oh, okay.
And why he never gets properly close.
Interpretation there, yeah.
So I thought, with that all set up for these films, I don't think they can then, in the fourth one, have Bond get serious with someone else.
It was such a stupid... It looks nothing like It's like, it's a bullet hole.
Yeah.
How can you relate a bullet hole? Oh, that looks the same as that one. No. Silly people.
I don't know. I don't really like it though. The teaser poster, if that's what it is, because it's like it just feels too much like a superhero one.
No, you say that, but that's because they stole it off of James Bond.
Did they?
Yeah. What's the group called? Out of there's like a superhero group, and their logo is the same octopus thing.
Oh, well, there's Justice League.
No. No.
The Avengers, yeah.
It's something out of the Avengers, maybe.
Oh.
I'm gonna look it up now.
No, I don't mean it's like this. No, I just mean like this sort of poster would be used for like the new Superman film. You just have the S.
Oh, okay, that sort of style.
Yeah, like a Bond one has never been. Here's the logo. Get excited. I just don't kind of like that.
What would you have preferred it to be?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just the teaser one, but it's still also a bit silly. It's a bullet hole that comes out.
Yeah, and they animated it as well, and it looked really silly.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the teaser video. No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. You can't just animate the poster and call that a video.
Of course you can.
No.
Oh.
Stupid. Hydra.
Oh, the Captain America one.
That was the one. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Is it an octopus?
Something like that.
Anyway,
Can't
so
remember. Yeah, I don't know. I think the film will be really good though. Like, we've only got small things about the plot, but we just know that Spectre's in it, got a new villain. Obviously, it's going to continue on from Skyfall at the end. I think it will be really good. It's just... So I'm still definitely very excited for the film based on that. It's just what they kind of announced at this event. It's like, okay. It's just like the first step,
Did you see, sort of relating, it's about James Bond, did you see Daniel Craig was saying about blame Austin Powers for the super serious Bond films?
No?
He must have been during some interview. That's what he said, like, blame Austin Powers for doing all the parodies. That's why they moved to making it really serious.
I don't know.
Well, he is the guy who plays him.
What does he know?
What does he know? Nope.
No, I don't think that's true. Because GoldenEye was the first one to... they were already stepping away. Like the Timothy Dalton films, License to Kill was like the most violent one. And that was in the 93? No, that was 91 maybe?
Yeah.
And then
But I think he's talking about like late 90s, early 2000s.
No, but I
when the
mean,
Austin
I'm
Powers
saying
film
that the
came out.
campiness or the more camp side of it had already been taken out before Austin Powers came around.
Right, okay.
Like none of
But
the
it was building back up again with Pierce Brosnan, though.
kind. I guess maybe the world is not enough, kind of.
And Die Another Day is pretty campy.
I don't think so.
No?
It's stupid. Like I think it's unintentionally stupid, but it's not campy.
So you'd say that Bond on the ice bit was. I can't believe they watched that back and thought, yeah, that's a good action scene.
Ship it. Get out there.
It's probably a mixture of both. Yes, I think it was.
Yeah,
bad.
I think maybe they were kind of going for it, but I think Die Another Day was just stupid. That was the problem.
I think the fact they were trying to fit in all like the references to the previous films helped with the campiness.
Yeah.
But yeah, Austin Powers, which I really like the Austin Powers films. So
I haven't seen them in years, but I remember liking them.
I'm a sucker for toilet humor and all that stuff. So I don't care. I don't care.
Toilet humor.
Yep.
But no, I don't agree with that. Like, because Casino Royale, yeah, was more serious, but I thought that was just more because they were going for a reboot and to shake off Die Another Day rather than reacting to Austin Powers.
Hmm. It would have been 4 years after the last Austin Powers, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, or maybe 3. I don't know. Interesting, though. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's wrong, but I mean, he can think that. That's fine. Maybe that's why I mean, it might have affected to some degree, but films in general became more moody, or mainstream films became a bit more moody and serious anyway, like with superhero films. Like, it was just a natural movement that all mainstream films did during the 2000s.
Yep.
So I just don't agree.
Has to be gritty and depressing.
Do you think we'll ever shake that?
9/11, man. 9/11. That's what did it.
Don't blame 9/11.
It was 9/11. Terrorism.
It wasn't 9/11.
It was 9/11. No, not just 9/11, obviously. But that had a big thing to do with it, I think.
I don't think so.
I think that changed the way a lot of people thought.
I think a lot of it was that superhero films needed a comeback, and before they were really campy, so they just went the other way. And then with X-Men, that proved to be a success, and Spider-Man, so they just kind of went on that path of being more serious.
Wait, are you talking just about films here?
Yeah.
I want to talk about life.
Oh, life. Oh, God.
Talk about life.
I wasn't talking about how horrible life is. I was just saying that film's got a bit more serious.
Well, but like that was represented through the work, like TV and film, art.
To some degree, but I don't think it was a major factor, I wouldn't say. Because like X-Men 1 came up before 9/11 happened, and I think that was the first superhero film that took itself more seriously and started that whole movement with superhero films.
Okay.
And then what really lifted it off was Christopher Nolan making such good Batman films. So now it just got established as that's the way you got to do it.
We need to lighten up.
I think so.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not being moody here. Don't you blame this on me. You're the one bringing up 9/11.
Yeah. With good reason. People will know what I mean. You're just not catching on, don't worry.
I guess not. I suppose so.
There are studies for these things, and people have published stuff.
I'm sure there's some connection. I just don't think that it started with 9/11. I think it already was starting to happen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a thesis or any sort of paper written
Well, then
about
I can't
it.
take you seriously.
Well, I can write something up.
I expect it by Monday.
Nice.
Which is... Wait, would that be today?
That'll be today
Okay.
that this goes
Good.
up.
I expect it now.
Well, you're going to be disappointed.
Damn.
Okay, so the last thing that we need to touch upon is the car. I don't really like the car.
Hey, let me quickly get a picture of it. I forgot what it looks like. What, a DB10?
Yeah. I think the main problem with it is that you couldn't really remember it, and I think it will be one that will just be shortly forgotten because it has no personality.
I mean, it's a nice looking car, but then all cars are nice looking.
But it's not gonna. Yeah, it doesn't stand out though. Even the Vanquish stood out,
Oh, hang on.
unless
I don't see a license plate. No revolving license plates.
Oh, well, this film's not going to be any good.
No. I mean, what would you want as a Bond car then?
Just
something
some
different.
Yeah, no, it can be an Aston Martin. It just needs to kind of stand out as a car, Bond car. This one is just like, yeah, that's a nice looking car. It's very shiny. But in a few years' time, no one's going to remember this one from this film.
I don't think I've remembered any of the Bond cars from the recent films.
Vanquish?
Well, I mean Daniel Craig's.
Oh. Well, I think that's the whole point. I think they were trying not to do that.
Bring back the Lotus.
Yeah? Something like
Anything weird like that. Make it a submarine. Why not? Make it fly. Well, maybe not fly.
that. Maybe fly.
Maybe a little bit of fly.
Yeah.
Hop.
Just gliding.
Yeah. Yeah, anything like that. Or just a different, maybe like a... Can you imagine Bond in a smart car?
Oh, that'd be cool. The sport one, of course.
Oh, yes, yeah.
For those.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
Just for like one car chase, that would be pretty fun.
Well, like, he has to get in it. It's like the only thing available is like, alright.
Yeah, like when Roger Moore's in Paris and he has to take that taxi and it gets cut in half. Anything weird like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think with the Daniel Craig one, they were avoiding a lot of Bond traditions on purpose.
Yeah.
And now with this film, they're going back to all of them involving the Bond car. So, for this to be the car to come back, to that idea of here's the Bond car, not really impressed.
They'd probably just put an ejector seat in it and be like, yeah. See?
Bond car.
Like the old one.
Yeah.
Which is not enough.
The world is not enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Octopussy.
Tomorrow never dies.
We're just saying things now. We've got to stop.
Of course.
We've talked about Bond enough now.
I think so. But yeah, so that's my impression of the car.
It left no impression on me.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's no impression left. It's just a car.
It's just a car, yeah. When we see it in action with all the gadgets, maybe then.
Yeah, I think so. Right, okay. So, yeah, to summarise, got complaints, but either way, should still be a great film.
Damn well better be.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed after Skyfall if this one's bad.
And yeah, that's going to be the case at some point, which is going to be really sad.
No.
It's going to be crap.
What's the longest streak that the Bond series went without a bad film?
We're going to get a list up now, you realise?
Yep. I'm going to get a list up too.
Longest streak of good Bond films.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a nice list, not like that. Ah, right. All right.
It might be just the original Sean Connery ones.
It probably will be.
Because Dr. No from Rush We Love Goldfinger, all great.
Yeah.
Because with Daniel...
Yeah, because they're always broken up by something.
Yeah. Because On Her Majesty's Secret Service, I don't think is a bad film.
Yeah, but then you have Diamonds Are Forever,
Which is the worst Bond film ever.
Because Live and Let Die is a pretty good one as well, so it could have went on then, but no.
No.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it has to be the originals.
What, so all the way up to Diamonds Are Forever? Are you going to allow On Her Majesty's Secret Service in that list?
Yeah, why not? It's weird, but it's still good.
Yeah, I think it's still good.
Yeah.
And that's why Diamonds Are Forever is as bad as it is, because it follows on from On Her Majesty's Secret Services and just ruins everything.
Yep.
Oh, that film's so bad.
Now, what's the longest streak of bad films?
Ooh. I don't know.
Probably Roger Moore, I'm afraid to say. Probably.
You don't have to say that, it's fine. Because if I'm looking at the more modern ones, that's where you would guess. So it's like, you got Quantum of Solace, but then Casino Royale was really good, and so was Skyfall. You got Die Another Day, that was bad. I think it depends on what you feel about Tomorrow Never Dies and The World Is Not Enough, really. Because I like Tomorrow Never Dies, and I think The World Is Not Enough is decent.
I think they're both watchable.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then License to Kill could be really good. It's just too gory.
That's a pretty good second one then. If you go for Living Daylights, License to Kill, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
they're all pretty good.
Yeah, it just depends with License to Kill. Because even when I'm older, I still think, yeah, this is too much. But I can see that it is, like, when you get to the end of it, it's like, yeah, that was good. It's just too bad about the head exploding scene and the...
Oh, the pressure bit.
Yeah, the pressure bit, for no reason.
Oh, that bit's funny though.
It's not funny.
It is funny.
It's just like, why? Why is that in here?
Oh, because Bond's gritty and he explodes heads.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
No, but Sean Connery had it in the bag. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, Daniel Craig and Pierce Brosnan were so close. They just always had to do a bad one.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway, moving on from Bond.
Okay.
Okay, so we got Suicide Squad was announced this week, but do you have much interest in Suicide Squad?
Is that the thing with Will Smith?
Yeah, that's the one where it's all the different DC villains in one film, and Will Smith's in it, and the Joker's going to be in it by that guy who won that Oscar.
I've never heard of Suicide Squad before.
Well, apparently there's a comic that's been going on, and then it's like DC are trying to build up their own cinematic universe. It's just they're doing it a bit more sloppily than Marvel are. Because they had Batman, and then that was over. So then they had Man of Steel. So it's a bit more messy, but so they're just trying to grab whatever films they can. Well, that's just my interpretation of what they're doing.
Oprah Winfrey's going to be in it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
She's a pretty good actress.
Yeah?
I think so.
Has she been in anything?
She was in The Butler.
Well, what's The Butler?
About that butler in the White House.
I don't.
He was a butler for a real time and he was black.
I don't.
So like, racial stuff.
I don't know.
There's a film about
I
that.
don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
But then Tom Hardy's in it, who played Bane. He's Rick Flag, whoever that is.
You can't do that.
Of course you can.
You can't play two different... Actually, that's what they do all the time.
Yep.
That guy was Fantastic Four Man, then he was Captain America.
So my problem with this film is that I think it's not going to be good. Not because I don't think the people they cast are bad choices. I just think these sort of films are always going to be bad. It's just, if you're having that many big personalities from a universe being thrown in, it's very hard to make that work.
Don't really care, to be honest. I was slightly interested in Will Smith, but then I realised he was in that After Earth film.
Oh.
For some reason I thought he hadn't been in the film for a really long time. But that wasn't too long ago, was it?
I think it was last year, 2013.
Yeah. For some reason I got the impression he hadn't been in the film for years.
Yeah. Not in a good
way.
one.
And Men in Black as well. I don't know what. It was probably the gap between that and the one before it. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Men in Black 3, of course.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I don't really care about any of this stuff.
Well, it's just, I mean, the thing is with these sort of films is that when you have comic books, you can throw in all the characters into one comic book and have a big event, and it works. I mean, I don't read comic books, but, it works in that medium. I think for films, though, when you have like 2 hours, when you throw all these characters in there, it's just never going to work out too well. Like, the Avengers people kind of liked, but that film wasn't very good, I don't think.
Well, and also they had all their own individual films to give them character.
Yeah.
If this is going to be the first time we see them, and they're going to be all together, they're going to be squeezing for time.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. I mean, I think with a lot of these villains, though, you don't actually need the backstory. But I just don't know. I just don't think they can pull it off. I just can't.
If it's a good, script, then it might be fine.
Maybe.
If they can balance it well.
Just have to wait and see. I'm just not interested in any real superhero films at this point. It's not that I won't go see them, I'm just not excited for them anymore. I don't know how you can be. Marvel and DC have been pumping out superhero films every year for like 10
It
years
is getting
or whatever.
very saturated.
Yeah, it's just, and they're all kind of the same. Not bad, but like, okay, cool.
Oh, there's another announcement.
Oh, what about the Doctor Strange one?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Which again, he's a good actor and that's good casting, but it's another superhero thing. So
It does seem like they're just saying this stuff to make everyone go ooh.
yeah,
Which is fair enough. You need to get hype, but when's that film coming out? 2016.
I think so. What? He's getting his own separate film, isn't he?
Yeah, the Doctor Strange film.
See, that might be good.
They're just so far away. It's like I don't care now. Tell me when it's soon.
Yeah. I just don't know. I just don't care that much. Like, even Guardians of the Galaxy was a good film. I mean, I have no interest in watching it again. But I think that's the most I can kind of hope from superhero films at this point. You go in, see some action, you're like, hey, that was pretty good, and then that's it.
Do you think it has to be that because Guardians of the Galaxy was slightly more of a comedy, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So do you think it has to be funny?
No. I mean, 4-2 had so many jokes, and it wasn't good.
All right. Let me rephrase it. Do you think it has to be a good comedy?
No. Not necessarily. I don't need the comedy to be there. Guardians of the Galaxy was good because it wasn't connected to anything else. It was just, here are some characters, and here you go. I mean, there was other reasons why it was good, but that was, for me, that's what I liked. That it was just its own separate film. So if they start then tying it in together, that's when I'm like, I'm not interested. Because it's still got to be a good film. You can't just throw them in there and hope for the best. But I think with the way comic book fans are, they can do that. They can just throw them all in one film, and people will like it. I mean, comic book fans are also very critical, but I think, yeah, it's just, for me, it's just kind of a turn-off when it comes to films.
This is how I picture the head people at Marvel and DC. Okay, you know that South Park episode where they mock Family Guy and how they make jokes?
Yep.
Where they have like the balls and it just has different words on them.
Mm.
That's how they do it with these films. But instead of that, it has the like big actors' names, the comic book, and then like the end result.
Yeah.
Because it's like they could have cast some really not unknown but lesser known actor as the character for like say Doctor Strange. But it seems like they have to have all these big stars.
Yeah. Yeah, that is something like, I think since Samuel L. Jackson got given his role in Iron Man 2, it's all been about big actors.
About the names. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I never really thought about that, because Robert Downey Jr. was like, people knew him, but they knew him as like a drugs guy, and just like a complete mess.
Yeah.
And Iron Man brought him back. Although I guess the Incredible Hulk was Edward Norton, originally.
Yeah. Was he? I thought he was a pretty big actor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, right. Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess they've kind of always done that.
Tobey Maguire?
No. No.
We do not speak of the Maguire.
Yeah, even like, I guess there was Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen in X-Men. That's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. It just seems like they have to have this big name attached to it now.
Mm. Yeah, I think so. I think with Suicide Squad and Doctor Strange and all that, it's all about the big guy, or the big dogs, taking these roles, because these are the biggest films around at the moment.
And the funny thing is, they might not even necessarily need those big names, because people are just excited to see comic books come to the screen.
Yeah, I think so.
I think at the end of the day, as long as the film's there, they could put anyone in those sort of slots.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy had big names as well, although Chris Pratt he's now really big, but he was only semi-big, when that film came out. Like, that was the film that made him big.
Yeah.
Because I knew who he was from Parks and Recreation, but that show doesn't do well at all.
I didn't know who he was.
Oh. Well, yeah, there you go. Now he's in Jurassic...
And he's in Jurassic Park,
yeah. Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. God.
Did you watch the trailer for that?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't.
Well, let me just say this: the CGI in that somehow looked worse than in the original Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Don't know how they managed to do that. Same thing with Terminator trailer. CGI looked worse than out of Terminator 2.
that's weird.
That's weird. It showed the guy who like melts into shapes.
Yeah, yeah.
They had one of those characters, and like it looked better in 1991 or wherever that film came
Yeah, I
out.
think that was it.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. Why are they doing all these reboots, though? No one wants to see more Terminator. No one wants to see more Jurassic Park.
Terminator Genesis with a Y,
But no one...
because they're cool.
It's not cool. No one wants to see it.
Ys are cool.
It's done.
It is done.
Yeah, I'm all up for... Like, I don't mind Toy Story 4. Right? Because
Yeah.
it's not... I mean, it might be bad, but I can kind of get it. Toy Story 3 was 2010. It is animation, so it is a bit different. I kind of get it, but just don't bring back Terminator or Jurassic Park. It's just done.
So wait, have you not seen the Terminator trailer?
No.
Oh, it's so good. In that such a cheesy way, it's got the Schwarzenegger back,
Yay.
fighting himself.
Oh.
Old versus young. I'm not joking.
Well, that's stupid.
It's a bit like how they did it in that Tron with the young Jeff Bridges.
Ugh. Just don't bring stuff back. Just don't do it. It rarely
sorry,
works out.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, speaking of bringing stuff back, new Star Wars, yay!
Oh yeah, there's another
Force
example.
Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one kind of makes a bit more sense. You know, it's like it did end. You know, there were the prequels that people didn't really like. I think Star Wars doesn't really annoy me that it's back.
So it's been 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been like 10 years as well. I think
So-
that one's fine. I think.
God, that's been 10 years. Holy crap.
Well, I think, like Star Wars is a very large, expanded universe, so it kind of makes sense to do more films in it. You know, like anything to do with space kind of has that advantage because it's a whole universe you could go to and do stuff in. So I think that one's a bit better.
So you watched the trailer.
Yeah,
What did you think?
so, I mean, it's more Star Wars. It's only a
Yes.
teaser. You can't get, you can get excited watching a teaser. In terms of like looking back, it was just like, yeah, it's going to be more Star Wars, and should be good.
You know what people did? They analysed every frame
Yeah, they had to.
by frame,
But yeah,
mainly about that lightsaber.
it's just a teaser. That's all it was.
I watched it once, and I didn't watch it again.
Yeah, day it came
I
out,
was
I
like,
did
okay.
watch it.
Yeah, I watched it, and I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm not going to go back and see what's in the background of that shot. Oh, that means that so-and-so is going to be in it, or whatever.
Ugh,
Can't be bothered with that.
just don't get that part of the nerd culture, the obsessive need to know everything that you can know about something.
So I'm sure the whole... That doesn't make sense as a lightsaber thing got on your nerves.
I avoided it.
Oh god, I was like, oh, why has it got the little crossguard bit? That make no sense.
Because it's cool! It's cool!
That's pretty much it, yeah. It just looks cool.
It looks good!
But it doesn't make sense. The lightsaber could just hit straight through the metal.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's silly.
yeah, just that part of the culture. And the problem is that kids nowadays, they're going to be, like, with access to the internet, they're all like it. And they're all going to be like it when they're older. Where they just like everything. They just look it up and it's all there. And they know everything about anything before it comes out. And they want to know everything about everything. Which, I mean, I didn't have the internet. We had magazines back in my day. And that was kind of exciting. But you only got it like once a month where you get all this little details about something. And even then it was just images, so you still were excited. And nothing was ever
Yeah.
spoiled. You just brought it and enjoyed it.
Pretty much. I mean, what I saw, I think, looked cool. Yeah, Millennium Falcon. Yay. No, I would have liked I would like just how they've designed Harrison Ford or whatever. I would have liked like tiny little bit of that, but I can understand that will come later in the later trailer.
Yeah. I mean, it's James Bond is coming out before Star Wars.
Oh god, yeah.
It comes out like 2 months before.
That's going to be a good few months.
I know! Can't wait for Bond!
Mm-hmm.
Because...
So, Bond was great. And now the Star Wars.
See, I'm excited for Bond because the last one was good and it's the same people. That's why it's one of the few films I'm legitimately excited for. Because Skyfall was good and it's that team. But, like, Star Wars is kind of like, well, it's just kind of a reboot of Star Wars, so we'll just see how we go. But I'm not excited about it on the same level as Bond. Because I just don't know. And Star Trek 2 was bad as well.
So if it turns out to be really good, then you'll be excited for the one after.
Yeah, then episode 8. I'll be like, go away for episode 8! It's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not just going, like, I just don't have the energy to just be excited for something because it has the name on it. Just can't do it anymore.
What, the Force Awakens?
Yeah, I just can't do it. I just can't be excited on that same level.
No, but it's because you're getting older and more bitter and cynical.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just what happens.
But
Shame, but
it's like, I don't think it's even being that cynical. I mean, it is. But it's just like, well, you have nothing, like, okay, fair enough, if you want to be excited for the new Star Wars, fair play. But I don't see how you can be that excited because you just don't know. Which is cynical, yeah, but it's still like, it's not crazy. I don't think it's crazy.
yeah, it's more about just not letting your imagination run wild. It's like, okay, this is what we know. That's like these are the facts.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
It was like I was excited about Quantum of Solace because I was like, yeah, Casino Royale was really good. They pulled off having a new Bond and see what the next one is. Then my heart broke and it was all very sad.
Ripped out. Yeah.
The Skyfall, I just wasn't sure. And then I watched it and I was like, well, that was really good. So now I'm back to being excited again.
Because it's all factual.
Yeah. It's all just based on what's come before, really.
Yeah.
It's like same with...
There is something to be said about, hypothesizing too much. It does get tedious after a while.
Yeah. And there's just so much entertainment nowadays that I can't get as excited because, like, I'm constantly watching TV shows, like going to see films, playing games. It's like just constant entertainment in our faces. So it's kind of hard to get into it in the same way. Maybe it's just because I'm older and as a kid I just didn't have that in the same way. But now it's just like, just stream TV shows constantly. Then you're watching trailers for films, and you're going out and seeing films, and then you're just playing new games because they pump them out all the time now. It's like, it's just constant. Like, it's hard to really reach any high level of excitement and enjoyment because there's no lows. It's all just there in your face constantly.
This is getting really deep.
It is! But it's true.
It's just something, you're talking about life at the moment now. We're talking about life.
Yeah. I mean, thank God I have a job, because otherwise I would just, like, never enjoy anything. Thingy, relative.
What you're saying is, you need to have the lows to make the highs.
Yeah.
It's like, you've got to have bad moments to make the good moments good.
Well, it's not even about bad moments. It's not like you appreciate good films because they're bad ones. It's just like having a break.
Yeah, that's what bad would mean in that situation.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's just TV shows that mostly do it, because films are the same. Well, it's TV and games. When you have TV, people just get addicted and have to watch them, and I'm the same. Just have to watch, like, the next episode straight away. And then with games, I gotta go and buy the new one, and barely play it, but I'm so excited to go and get it, and I still do. So it's only really films where they come out at a set time, and you just go and see them. But then even with that, with the superhero films, it's gotten to that point with me where it's like, they just keep pumping them out, so it's like whatever when they actually do come out. Even if they are really good.
I feel like we need to charge people for this podcast.
I think so.
This is like some form of therapy going on now.
We're just helping.
We're here to help.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Well, I'm helping myself mostly.
And moan as well.
Yeah, complain.
That too. A lot of that actually. But helping as well.
Yeah. Well, okay, so before we end of the podcast, the Simpsons Futurama crossover. We were meant to talk about it like 3 weeks ago, but that was the first day we didn't do the podcast, so I don't know if it's worth going into too much detail about it.
Yeah. Can't remember that much of it, to be honest.
Yeah. I remember it. I remember it well. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm trying to find my tweet I said about it. That will remind me.
It was pretty good. I don't think my main problem with it, because of course I have one, is that part of the major problem with The Simpsons is the way it's like directed and goes from joke to joke and scene to scene. And this episode was edited in that horrible way, where it's like, it's hard to explain, but it's like they'll say a joke that wasn't really that funny, then just instantly cut to something else. Just the way they go from the jokes just don't really flow or work as well as the older ones did. And that definitely had that in this episode.
Right, okay.
Like, I think the story was good and worked well as a crossover. Like, definitely much better than I thought it would.
I put Simpsons Futurama crossover gets a thumbs up from me.
Hey!
So I did like it, yes.
Nice.
To remind myself that I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't laugh too much in it. And I think some of the references were forced. Like, the worst one...
Such as?
The dog, Seymour. That was all... Why were they in New York? It makes no sense.
'Cause it's Seymour.
They were just casually, apparently, in New York for a bit, and then they're back at at home in Springfield. It's like, what? Why? What happened? Why?
Shut up.
You shut up. You give me that.
They had to have Seymour.
No, they didn't.
They did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they
No.
did. So that's why he was there.
It's stupid. And also the weird thing is that Futurama follows a strict timeline, like a logical one, which is 1,000 years in the future. But The Simpsons doesn't do that, which made the time stuff a little odd. And just seeing Seymour there as well, it just made it all odd. Because it's like certain things happen in Futurama at certain years and whatever. But in Simpsons that's not true.
I just really wish that was the hour longer one and Futurama was the half-hour one. Because I think they could have done more. That's all.
Wait, what?
They should have made the Futurama one be
longer,
okay. And the Family Guy one a shorter one.
Alright. Yeah, I think so. Although I think they still got it all done.
Yeah, I just didn't... I mean, you say the story was alright, but it's like, okay, they're just... I don't know. The story didn't make that much of an impact on me.
I think it worked. And it's like, it kind of reminded me a bit of the Lego one, really. Because the Lego one I thought was a good episode, but it was just needed to have an extra 5 minutes or so. And that's what I felt with the Futurama one. It didn't really need an hour, but I think just extending it by an extra 5 minutes. Because like with the Lego one, it starts off all in Lego, and then it already has to start moving back to reality, and like instantly has to start doing that sort of stuff. And Futurama one was a bit like that too. Like just as they got into it, they then had to start wrapping things up. So I think just an extra like 5 minutes would do it.
Yeah, I really can't remember that much of it, to be honest.
Well, the part that really made me laugh though was the Farnsworth. Well, of course it was Farnsworth. That joke. It was just like, how did you get back into the past? A time machine? Don't be ridiculous. There's no such thing as a time machine. We used a vortex that was, I can't remember, it was like an electron vortex that is in Bender to get back. Then how did Bender get back in time? A time machine. But you said, no. That part really made me laugh because it's just such a perfect Farnsworth joke.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a good job with sort of merging them. And then, see, like, when you say about forcing things in, did you think Lisa playing the holophone was forced
Yep, completely forced in.
Yeah, I like that.
Made no sense. That's silly.
What do you mean it made no sense? It's like a saxophone.
No, but the whole point, like Futurama already went against this. The whole point in that thing is that only certain people in the world can play it. And it takes years of practice.
But Lisa's good at the saxophone.
But no! It doesn't translate.
Yeah, it does. Lisa's the smart one.
She's the worst.
So she'd be able to play it.
She's just the worst.
Oh, how could you?
Lisa is now awful, by the way. I used to like Lisa in the old ones. She's the one that's definitely become worse. Like Homer, yeah, it's jerk Homer, whatever. Marge is no longer funny, fine. Bar is pretty much the same, although there's no emotional stories really involving him. But Lisa is now just gone from being like a nice, sweet girl to just annoying. I'm done with her.
Lisa is the worst.
She is.
Okay.
In Family Guy episode, I don't remember hating her, but she was still just... She just tries too hard to be nice, and it's just... Ugh.
Tom hates little girls.
That's right. I'm strongly
That's
against
it.
them.
Yep, fair enough.
But it was still a decent episode, though.
Yeah, that's right. It was good.
Although I would have liked it if it was Futurama's animation style rather than Simpsons, because it made the Futurama characters look really odd.
How do you mean?
Well, they moved the way that a Simpsons character would, not the way that the Futurama characters move.
How's that different?
It is different.
Really?
Yeah. I could totally tell the difference.
What, like walking animation?
Yeah, I think just the angles that they take as well when they look at the characters, and I think the way their mouth moves and their face moves. It's just like, you can tell that Futurama actually, in the end, did have its own animation style. Of course, it wasn't that different, but it was still definitely different by the end of the show, like by the end of the series. Like, Futurama's first season was more close to the Simpsons animation style, then they kind of moved away from it. So it was just odd to see them.
Picked up on that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the way their faces are sometimes just looked odd on the Futurama
What's
characters.
wrong with your face?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see that.
Alright, well, you can watch it again and remember all the good
But then,
times.
yeah, like I wasn't looking for it, so that's probably why.
Yeah. Alright, that's a podcast, I would say.
That's a podcast.
That's what we're going to say every week from now on. And that's a podcast. Hey.
Oh, is that our catchphrase now? Oh.
That's my catchphrase. You have to find your own.
I did have one, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I can't have a catchphrase for me.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to the past 57 episodes. 67 or whatever it is. No.
Something to do with racism, probably, but I don't remember.
Probably that or Nazis. I'm trying to think back.
It's all gold.
Yeah.
So, a lot has changed in the last few weeks. What's going on with your channel?
Let's think. What would have changed it? A lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Bond and Gun is now done.
Bond Gun done.
Bond Gun done. And I started Time Splitters 2
Cool.
as a Let's Play.
It is weird that it's taking you this long.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I just thought I should probably do it. And I played the storyline again just to get ready for it. I'm like, this is actually really short.
Yeah, it's quite short.
I think it's 10 levels. So it's not going to be a very long Let's Play. So I was like, yeah, might as well just get it done.
Wait, so it's only going to be 10 parts?
Well, there might be a few doing like the arcade and...
Oh, right.
But the story, yeah, is only 10. So, oh, okay. I'll try and do one mission per part, so yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. No, it's good going back to that game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's still very fun to play. I don't know if the first one is, but the second one's still very fun to play.
The first one was more arcadey. Like, it doesn't...
Yeah.
It has a story mode with levels, but it's just, like, random stuff. Like, some of the levels... Like, it was mostly a multiplayer game that they just added some single-player stuff to.
Yeah.
So some of the levels in the story of Time Splitters 1 are just multiplayer maps. Like, Streets was a level in the Time Splitters 1 story. Oh, such a good level, Streets.
That was the one in Shaun of the Dead. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So what, are you going to be starting up another Let's Play because you finished 2?
No. That'll be it for me for a while with 2 Let's Plays. I haven't got time, man. Or the energy. Actually, yeah, I haven't got the energy more so.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, fair enough.
Yep.
Cool. And then you got the QA and other stuff.
Yeah, I still need to do that other thing that I said I'd do, but...
You promised.
Whoops. I've been busy.
Oh, no.
I haven't really been that busy.
Oh, no. You know how it is, how it goes when it comes to be like, when it comes to recording.
Well, it's just like, say if you've had like how many hours would that be? Like 8-hour day at work. You come in, and it's like, well, I could record one, but I've only got a few hours left before I go to bed. and I'd be really tired and sound bored.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather just wait till the weekend. And when you wait till the weekend, you have to have, like, missing stuff. So it's tricky.
It is
It's
tricky.
hard life being a YouTuber.
I agree.
Pity me, everyone.
Oh,
Pity me.
Joe. How do you do
Give
it?
me money as well.
What?
Well,
That took a turn.
You got any spare change?
You're not begging. Spare change.
But yeah, no, it is difficult. So that's why I'm only doing one, and it should be better than two.
Makes sense.
What about you?
Me?
Oh.
Little old me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still got Mega Man 3.
Where's part 8? Just show me part 8, please.
It's coming. It should be next week.
That's the one we want to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or not, I don't know.
That actually has a part where, like, I go really loud. And it's the only time where I was like, should I turn that down? I've never had to even consider doing that. But I didn't.
Oh.
So there's like, and I swear as well. Because I get very frustrated.
Do you have an audio warning?
No.
This bit's going to be loud.
Nope. You just gotta,
Oh.
you gotta brave it. You just gotta watch it and see what happens.
Brace yourselves.
Yeah. And then the rest of the part, I finished recording it already. The rest of the parts, I'm just calm and relaxed.
Okay.
It's because I recorded the first 8 in a weekend, back to back.
Yeah.
So, the game got harder, and usually I would just say, you know what, this is pretty hard, I'll try it another day. But I was like, no, I'm recording more parts, I don't care. So it just kind of built up
Oh
to the
dear.
point where I was like, this sucks, I hate it.
So, anything else that's going to happen in your channel?
There'll be another Let's Play starting next week.
Ooh.
A game I've been meaning to do for a few months.
What's happened to Red Dead Redemption? Just
Red Dead's going to come back in the new year once Mega Man has finished.
So okay.
Like Mega Man was just me getting back into making videos and doing Let's Plays, and because I knew it was a short game, I just thought, right, I just need to start doing a Let's Play and know that I can get to the end of it just to, kickstart me back into the process. So the plan is that Mega Man 3 will be going on for another couple of weeks, and then over Christmas I'll start recording Red Dead again, and then I'll finish that off next year.
Okay.
And then reviews, I just can't get into making them, because it takes hours to beat a game and make sure you have it all recorded, and then I'm just kind of a little, also just uninspired when it comes to reviews. Just don't have that much energy to do them, as you said. So, I want to do them again at some point, but it's like, this week I did overtime for 3 of the days, so those were 11.5-hour days, until 4 in the morning. So when I get home, it's like, well, I don't want to just be playing a game that is probably crap, because most games I review I don't like. I don't want to be playing a game I don't like for hours, so I can just write a review and say how bad it is, so everyone can say you suck at games. I don't want to do that. I just want to lie around. So that's why I kind of haven't been doing reviews, because I'm just a bit tired.
That's fair. I think that's fair. Go sleep.
I think so. I think that's fair. So yeah, so a new Let's Play will also start next week. Probably more towards the end of the week. So
What is
I'm
it?
not telling you.
Give us a hint.
No.
See, it's annoying, isn't it? Give us a hint.
Shut up.
Come on.
I hate you.
What's the hint? What system is it on?
Well, the hint will be, it's a game that, in a series that I've reviewed, but not Let's Played before.
What genre
I'm not
is it?
telling you what genre it is.
Fine.
I can't, no. But that'll be starting the end of next week, maybe earlier. It depends how many parts I can get recorded, because, again, once I start, I don't want to stop uploading parts. I don't want to have a big break, so should be end of next week.
Cool.
Right, well that's it. That's a podcast.
That's a podcast now.
So, no, you don't get to say it. Only I may dance.
There we are, perfect. End on the Simpsons.
Alright, cool. Well, thanks for being here, Joe.
Thank you.
Now we'll see you next week. Maybe?